Living well with chronic illness. A reporter takes an interview of a calm and composed person who suffers from a chronic illness. The patient describes her ups and downs, the problems faced by her and her family, and lastly, how she faced everything and is moving towards achieving her goal in life, even with this illness.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Health Awareness Show. Today we have a special guest amongst us, so please put your hands together for Jasmine Shaw. Hello. Hello. Please have a seat. Living with a chronic illness is like being trapped in a maze. You're never quite certain what lies ahead of you, so you're bound to lose perspective. You wander about the same path over and over again, completely lost and clueless. But Miss Jasmine here has left us quite surprised by her easygoing attitude and her carefree nature. So, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
So, how did you find out about your disease and how did you cope with it?
In 2006, I was 17 years old and I was a healthy young athlete. I loved to run. But I remember one morning, my joints were stiff and I just couldn't move anymore. And there was unbearable pain in the lower back. Then I told my mother about it, who took me to a doctor. The doctor recommended seeing a rheumatologist. The rheumatologist ordered some x-rays and blood tests. But he spoke in a casual way, so I didn't believe anything was serious. And it wasn't until the reports arrived that I realized the gravity of the situation. I had been diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis.
So, it must have been terrible during your teenage years. Like, how was it during that time?
It was really terrible coping with arthritis and being a teenager. And the common misconception was that only older people get it, and I hadn't. And running was like second nature to me. And I just couldn't run anymore. I used it to remove all my frustration, my anger. And now that I couldn't run, my frustration increased. And for hours and hours I would cry. And then gradually, after many sessions of therapy and positive self-talk, I was able to work myself out of this low phase. And I realized that the trick was to take one step at a time.
And how do you cope with it every day in your daily routine?
My morning stiffness is usually relieved by warm water showers. And when I get swelling, that time I use cold packs. And I follow my doctor's instructions on how and when to take my medications. I also go for regular checkups to keep myself updated about the progress of my health.
Okay. And is there anything else you do that apart from your regular medications?
Yeah, I have just started with water aerobics and I would recommend it for almost all the arthritis patients because it has helped me a lot.
I hope you viewers are listening to it. And how did your family take it? Like, they must have been devastated by it, right?
My mother, she was really supportive. She was the first one and she accepted my illness really well. And it was tough for my dad to watch me suffer. And now they had to do things for me which I couldn't do before. But they were all very supportive and with the help of a lot of positive talk, we managed to maintain a very healthy atmosphere here. And we try to maintain as normal family life we can, so we get along with it.
And any of your future plans have been influenced by it?
Yes, they have. I wanted to become a chef, but that took a lot of standing and moving around, which I couldn't do anymore. So I decided to become a nutritionist. So I started studying food and nutrition, and I've realized it is the most appropriate job for me because it is something that I love doing.
Okay. And what have you learned from living with rheumatoid arthritis? Like, how has the journey been?
It has been amazing.
Okay, so how has your journey been with living with rheumatoid arthritis?
It has been a tough one, but I've learned to have faith in God, and my family and friends, they have all been very, very supportive. And I've also learned to ask for help. Many times I didn't like it, but I realized without their support and care, I couldn't get where I was today. So I'm really grateful to all of them.
It is very clear that the impact of rheumatoid arthritis is tremendous on a young life. But physically, she has been held back from many things. But spiritually, she has experienced beyond her years. The fact that she copes up with her medical condition and she is aspiring to succeed to her goal is admirable. I'm really was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.